Have you ever dreamed of retiring in your 30s or 40s and living life on your own terms? Imagine waking up every day with no boss, no deadlines, and all the time in the world to pursue your passions. This is the power of financial independence through the FIRE movement, and more people than ever are achieving it. But here's the catch. The majority of people are stuck in the 9-to-5 grind, not even realizing that with the right strategies, they could escape sooner than they think. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. You're one decision away from unlocking a life of freedom and endless possibilities. Are you ready to start your journey to early retirement? If you don't take action now, you'll be left watching others live the life you've always dreamed of. This is your chance to break free. Don't miss out on it. A path to financial freedom. The FIRE, financial independence, retire early movement is a growing trend where individuals aim to achieve financial freedom and retire at an early age, often in their 30s or 40s. It's not just about saving a lot of money, but adopting a mindset that prioritizes financial independence over consumerism. The goal is to save and invest aggressively so that one can live off the returns without needing to work a traditional job. FIRE first gained widespread attention in 1992 with the release of the book Your Money or Your Life by Joe Dominguez and Vicki Robin. The authors emphasized the importance of tracking every dollar spent and investing it wisely for long-term wealth. Since then, the movement has gained momentum, with thousands of people embracing its principles. To achieve FIRE, people typically aim to save 50% to 70% of their income, an aggressive target compared to the typical savings rate of around 5% to 10%. This high savings rate allows for rapid accumulation of wealth, eventually reaching a point where they can withdraw from investments to cover living expenses without a paycheck. The FIRE movement focuses on disciplined budgeting, frugal living, and maximizing income through side hustles or investments. By focusing on financial independence, FIRE supporters believe they can retire early and live a more fulfilling life without being tied to a job. It's a life choice that is gaining more attention and inspiring people to reconsider the traditional path to retirement. The key to early retirement. Achieving early retirement requires a solid plan, and one of the most important factors is an aggressive savings rate. It's not just about cutting costs here and there. It's about making substantial sacrifices to achieve financial freedom in your 30s or 40s. Take, for instance, Scott Reekins, a man who managed to retire in his 30s after deciding to live on a fraction of his income. Reekins, a former tech employee, was inspired by the FIRE movement, financial independence, retire early, and shared his story in his book, Playing with FIRE. His journey began with a simple decision: save 50% of his income. Most people spend their lives living paycheck to paycheck. However, FIRE enthusiasts advocate for saving and investing at least 50% of your income, often much more. According to a report from NerdWallet, those who aim for financial independence may need to save up to 70% of their income to reach their early retirement goals within 10 to 15 years. It may sound extreme, but for Scott, it was the key. He embraced frugality, cutting down on everything from eating out to canceling subscriptions. His lifestyle became centered around saving and investing in low-cost index funds, often recommended by boggleheads. By setting aggressive savings goals and reducing unnecessary spending, you're not just saving money, you're building your path to financial independence. It's a challenging but rewarding decision that can unlock the doors to a life where you're free from the grind of 9-to-5 work. It all starts with the decision to save aggressively, boosting earnings for early retirement. Achieving financial freedom isn't just about saving, it's also about increasing your income. To retire early, many people following the FIRE movement look for ways to maximize their income streams. This can include side hustles, freelance work, or starting a small business. Some even explore passive income opportunities like renting property or investing in stocks that provide regular dividends. For example, someone might take on freelance writing, graphic design, or consulting jobs alongside their full-time job. Others might create an online business that generates passive income. By diversifying income sources, you can save and invest more, speeding up the process of reaching your financial independence goal. Remember, the higher your income, the quicker you can increase your savings rate, bringing you closer to retiring in your 30s or 40s. It's all about creating multiple paths to financial growth, allowing you to build wealth faster and more sustainably. A strategy for early retirement. Living frugally is a key part of the FIRE movement and one of the most effective ways to retire early. To achieve financial independence by your 30s or 40s, controlling expenses is crucial. It's not just about cutting back on luxuries, but focusing on sustainable spending habits. Many FIRE followers embrace a minimalist lifestyle, prioritizing needs over wants and eliminating unnecessary expenses. For example, instead of splurging on a brand new car, someone may choose to buy a used vehicle or use public transportation. Cutting back on dining out, shopping, and expensive vacations can lead to significant savings. People also often downsize their living arrangements, opting for smaller homes or apartment living. By reducing living costs, you can save more of your income for investments, accelerating your journey toward early retirement. The key is to find a balance where you can live comfortably but still save aggressively, ultimately achieving financial freedom much earlier than most. Building wealth for early retirement. Investing is a fundamental part of the FIRE movement and essential for those aiming to retire in their 30s or 40s. Simply saving money is not enough to reach financial independence. It's crucial to invest your savings wisely for long-term growth. The goal is to build a portfolio that generates enough passive income to sustain your lifestyle after you retire. Many FIRE followers focus on low-cost index funds, which offer broad market exposure and steady returns over time. Real estate investments are also popular, providing rental income and property appreciation. The key is to have a diversified portfolio, which can include stocks, bonds, real estate, and other assets. By consistently investing and reinvesting earnings, your wealth can grow exponentially through the power of compound interest. This strategy not only allows you to build wealth, but also helps you secure the financial independence needed to retire early. It's about making your money work for you while you focus on your long-term goals. Determining how much you need to retire early. One of the most important steps in the FIRE movement is calculating your FIRE number, which is the amount of money you need to achieve financial independence and retire early, typically by your 30s or 40s. The FIRE number is calculated by multiplying your annual expenses by 25. This is based on the assumption that you can safely withdraw 4% of your savings each year without running out of money. For example, if your annual living expenses are $40,000, your FIRE number would be $1 million, 40,000 x 25. This amount should cover your expenses for the rest of your life, assuming you invest wisely and earn a reasonable return. Once you determine your FIRE number, you can break it down into actionable steps, focusing on saving and investing until you reach that goal. By doing this, you create a clear path to financial independence, allowing you to retire early and live comfortably without relying on a paycheck. Securing health coverage before age 65. One of the biggest challenges for early retirees is securing affordable healthcare. In the FIRE movement, many people retire in their 30s or 40s, but they are too young to qualify for Medicare, which begins at age 65. This gap between early retirement and eligibility for Medicare requires careful planning. Early retirees often turn to private health insurance plans or the Affordable Care Act, ACA, marketplace for coverage. Depending on your income, you might qualify for subsidies to reduce premiums. Some FIRE followers also use health savings accounts, HSAs, to save for medical expenses, taking advantage of their tax benefits. It's important to factor in healthcare costs when calculating your FIRE number, as medical expenses can significantly impact your budget. By planning ahead, you can ensure that you have sufficient coverage and avoid unexpected medical bills during your retirement years. With the right strategy, healthcare doesn't have to be a barrier to achieving financial independence. Minimizing taxes for a comfortable retirement. When retiring early through the FIRE movement, understanding tax implications is crucial for ensuring that your retirement savings last. Since many early retirees aim for financial independence in their 30s or 40s, they need to consider how to manage their withdrawals and investments to minimize taxes. One important strategy is to prioritize tax-advantaged accounts like 400 and ONIX and IRAs for your savings. These accounts allow you to defer taxes until retirement, reducing your taxable income during your working years. Additionally, retirees can consider using Roth IRAs, which offer tax-free withdrawals after the age of 59 and a half. Another consideration is managing how and when you withdraw funds. By spreading out withdrawals strategically and avoiding dipping into retirement accounts too early, you can reduce your overall tax burden. Understanding the tax brackets and how they impact your income is essential in keeping more of your savings and ensuring a smooth transition to early retirement. Making your money last in early retirement. When you retire early, one of the biggest concerns is ensuring that your savings last throughout your retirement. A key principle in the FIRE movement is creating a sustainable withdrawal strategy that allows you to live off your investments without running out of money. The most common rule of thumb is the 4% rule, which suggests that you can safely withdraw 4% of your retirement savings per year. For example, if your FIRE number is $1 million, you could withdraw $40,000 annually. However, many early retirees opt for a more conservative withdrawal rate, like 3.5%, to account for a longer retirement period. It's also important to adjust withdrawals based on market conditions and personal spending needs. Some FIRE followers diversify their portfolios to include income-generating assets like dividend-paying stocks or rental properties. By creating a thoughtful and flexible withdrawal strategy, you can ensure that your savings continue to support your lifestyle throughout your early retirement. Finding joy beyond work. One challenge that many early retirees face, especially those in the FIRE movement, is staying engaged and fulfilled after leaving the workforce in their 30s or 40s. While financial independence brings freedom, it's important to find purpose and meaning in life beyond work. Many early retirees choose to pursue passions or hobbies they didn't have time for during their working years. This could include traveling, starting a small business, volunteering, or even learning new skills. Some people focus on personal development, dedicating time to fitness, creativity, or learning a new language. Retirement doesn't have to mean a lack of purpose. In fact, many FIRE followers find that they are more productive and content when they have the freedom to choose how they spend their time. It's all about creating a lifestyle that brings joy, fulfillment, and personal growth long after the traditional work years are over. As you begin to imagine a life of freedom, remember that you hold the keys to your own future. The path to financial independence and early retirement is closer than you think, but only if you take action today. Don't let fear hold you back or let another year slip by without making progress toward your goals. If you want to take your financial journey to the next level, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Trust me, you don't want to miss our next video, where we'll dive deep into why you're poor because nobody told you this, Warren Buffett. It's time to learn from the best and make smarter money decisions. Join the movement now and be part of the revolution toward financial freedom. You won't regret it.